Hi, it's Bappo. This is Jasper, and welcome to my first ever studio vlog.
Hi, how are you?
To start off today, I took a little time away from thesis to start working on a hand-sewn bandana. As of Monday when I was filming this, it was my first day having my main component turned in for my thesis, which for me was a website. I can't believe the thesis process is already almost over. Thesis may be wrapping up, but my semester is far from over. I have about a month left, a little over a month, and that is mostly going to be catching up on my other classes. I have a lot to get done for both of my gen ed classes, which are an art history and an English class. But before then, I was wrapping up my process book this week, and then I also needed to work on sketching out my new place. Well, that was more of a wanted to than a needed to. I am going to be moving in June, which I'm really looking forward to. I will be having my own studio for the first time ever. Currently, my partner and I share a studio, which has been wonderful, but my creative practice takes up a lot of space, so it's better if for the next place we both have our own little spaces. So I took some time today to kind of design out what I want my next space to look like. I've been working away at trying to teach myself some more organizational skills, and I'm trying to design a space that's more ADHD friendly for me. Not in terms of being able to put things everywhere, which has been my current accommodation. I say very lightly for myself. But instead, I'm going to be designing a lot of built-in storage so that I stop using my desks like shelves, along with some actual shelves above my desks, and a few other things so that I can have a more put-together workspace. Then, after all that sketching, it was time for me to head to my on-campus job at the Emerging Technology Center. Today, my side project on top of helping out with a bunch of student work was to go ahead and cut myself some keychains for my thesis show. Here I am assembling them. I've come up with this faux sublimation process that gets similar results to the sublimation printing style that you would get if you manufactured acrylic things. So I have been using inkjet vinyl and a few other materials to kind of get this effect that looks like it's actually sublimated onto these keychains, printed directly on, rather than just adhered on top. I'm really happy with how these have been turning out. I'm excited to hand them out at the show. Tuesday, I ended up picking up a couple more shifts in the space, so I helped out with some more student work. This was for another thesis in my grade. so excited for what post-graduation life has to offer for my shop. I've been eagerly working away already. You can see here, huge sticker restock coming soon, which I'm super jazzed about. And then I've also been developing new processes for how I create things. I feel like I started Shops Beppo very like by the book how people do it. Like, I don't know, I started with stickers and prints and t-shirts because I saw everyone else doing that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it works for a reason. It's popular for a reason. And that's that it works. Because people like those things. But I am so non-conventional generally. Like, I know most artists are, but I'm like, don't quite fit in at art school kind of weird. So I am really excited to get to branch out and do things like a unique way that I've never seen anyone else work. A lot of that, things are going to change also because I will not have access to a laser cutter for a little while, which is sad, but also, I don't know, I feel like my world is getting opened up a little bit because this crutch that I've been relying on for years isn't going to be there anymore, which means I have to learn some new skills and do some new things, which is like nerve-wracking, but also so exciting. I don't know, I'm at a point where I'm really optimistic about life post-graduation. Is some of that because I'm tired of working on my thesis? Yes, because thesis is exhausting. But yeah, I'm really excited. I want to move towards monthly drops, which is also nerve-wracking, but such is life. I strove to do that. Strove, is that a word? I was striving towards doing them monthly, even during thesis. And I prepped a bunch of shit in advance, and then it didn't happen because that's really hard. And I've been working away still, but there's something about doing all the promotional stuff and photography and all the other bits and bobs of running a shop beyond just having the shop that have been really hard. But it's okay. Like, we're getting through it. And I cannot imagine how good it's going to be when I finally have the time to really devote myself to it. Yeah, I'm going to get back to making keychains because that's what I've been doing for a lot of today. But yeah, I've been switching between doing that and working on thesis. So every time I get too frustrated to work on thesis, I start making keychains and like rings and stuff, which has been a blast. So I'm going to get back to that. one more thing I really wanted to make sure I chatted about was what I do when I hit this mid-semester slump. So what do I mean by mid-semester slump? It is the point in the year where all of your work is kind of like stagnant. You're where you need to be, but you're not inspired, and shit's just kind of rough, for lack of a better way of phrasing it. So I made my little list of what I do during these periods of life, because I do think that they're just a natural part of the creative cycle. I think even after I graduate, I'll probably still have slumps during certain times, like that gross early spring kind of vibe, where it's like rainy and sad outside. I'm like, now it's so sunny. This film is going to be problematic because there's a huge shadow on my face. It's from my laptop. Wait, let me close my laptop. Nope, it's from something else. But that's fine, we'll live with it. So I made myself a little list of some of the things that I choose to do during that time. First of which just being managing my expectations. These periods of life are just a given. Like, you can't have those really high creative points without having the low creative points. So I just try to be really patient with myself. There's this one video about depression that really changed my outlook on these slower, like more low energy periods of life. It's not a depression, quite, but it feels very similar to me. It's like a very low-grade depression where it's like, nothing quite feels right. I'm uninspired. I usually during these periods don't even really want to get out of bed, which is such a bummer, but I think it's just a natural cycle. So during these periods where I'm just accepting that that's kind of where I'm at, I'm more likely to sleep in. I'm more likely to treat myself to foods I really enjoy. I'm more likely to spend time preparing really nice food for myself and just really prioritizing my own care, which is huge as an artist because I feel like during the really busy periods I get so excited to work that I forget that I have a body. But yeah, then when I do feel ready to come back to work, or I have to, because being a young creative professional, sometimes you don't get the choice if you want to go back to work yet. I do a lot of admin work during those times. I set up new workflows for myself that feel more cohesive. I check on all my grades and make sure everything's where it needs to be, or especially my gen ed classes, like my writing, my art history, all of those things, and make sure I'm where I want to be with those. It's a great time to get ahead on a couple papers, do things like that, because those don't require me to be as creative as a new design project does. It just requires me to do research in that. Which brings me to my next really great point. Surround yourself by what excites you during these periods. Right now I've been very excited by Meow Wolf, the art exhibition company that started in Santa Fe. So I watched the documentary about them. I've been listening to every podcast I can dig up about them. I've been really diving into the lore. I just got a couple of the lore books, which I'm really excited about. But just really digging into interests and things that make you want to create, and really conceptualizing what kind of artist you could be. I find that really inspiring and really helpful to me when I'm having these moments of lower energy. The last couple things here are, it tends to be a really great time for me to try new mediums and new ways of working. A lot of my best work has come out of these periods where I'm bored as fuck because I can't create what I usually create. So I get a lot out of these periods where I just kind of fuck around and play with new things and don't care about how the results are. And then the last thing I do, which is what I've been working on all during this week, what most of the footage will be for, is production work of designs I've already done, but doing the actual laser cutting out earrings or whatever. Right now, actually, I've come up with this faux sublimation process. Oh, I just hit the mic, sorry. I came up with this faux sublimation process where I basically fuse vinyl into acrylic. So it ends up being very similar to the sublimation style of printing, which is what most of your pins or keychains are printed with. So I get to make those things by hand at home, which I am so obsessed with making things by hand. I think it's so wonderful. So getting to do that has been great for me and my mental health and my creative health. So I've been really enjoying that. But yeah, I'm just kind of embracing that I'm at this stage. The senioritis,
might be hitting. I can barely like get myself to go to the classes that are not like, I don't know, not related to what I want to do, because I'm like so ready to get out there and start doing. But yeah, the mid-semester slump sucks. I remember it sucking so much worse than previous years, honestly, because I didn't know what was coming next. So if you're in those, hopefully that advice was helpful. But yeah, I'm done rambling. It is so hot in my studio right now because the sun is finally out. But I'm gonna go turn on the cooler when we get back to work.